Okay, so we're going to start off with the buttercream recipe now. So what we've got here is 250 grams times 2, so 500 grams of unsalted butter. Now you can see Lure Park, that's probably the top end brand in the UK for butter. I'm going to be honest, when I do cakes that are just for the filming or a class cake, I would go for the cheaper brands, to be honest. But if I'm doing it for a real customer, then I want to use also the more expensive product. So with butter, I do this every time. You're supposed to bring it out the fridge and let it bring it up to room temperature before you use it. And I've forgotten to do that. So what we're going to do is just open it up, pop it in the container here, and then just zap it in the microwave to soften it up. And we use this all the time in the bakery. We just have a big bowl full of butter and you just put it in the microwave for 2 or 3 minutes. Just all you want to do is you want to be able to get it soft, and the end of the knife should just go right through the butter without any problem at all. Okay, so all I want to do is just cut it up into small chunks. Problem is obviously room temperature depends where you are in the world, because room temperature in the middle of winter in the northern hemisphere is still going to be too cold. So you're still going to have to put it in the microwave or put it in the boiler room to bring it up to temperature. Okay, so as you can see they're just cutting it up and place it in the bowl. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with this one. And then we're going to pop it in the microwave on a high heat, but I'm just going to put it in for 10 seconds at a time until it's ready. Now I don't have the microwave here, so I'm just going to do that off camera. And then when I come back, you'll see how nice and soft the butter has melted. So into quarters, there we go. Okay, so there we go, so pop that in there. Now as I say, just put the end of your knife in, if it goes right through easily enough, then that's it ready to start the buttercream. Okay, so that's the buttercream, the butter being in the microwave. You can see it's starting to melt, and you can see that I can put the knife end right through. It's nice and soft, so that's it ready to go. So what I want to do is just pop that into the mixer. There we go. Nice. And then what I want to do is just pop it on, should I say? Let's pot it on. And you want to just cream the butter first on a low speed. Oops. And just cream the butter. So just want to bring it all nice together, nice and waxy. Okay, so you should sieve your icing sugar before you put it in. But I'm going to be honest, over the last 10 years using silver spoon, it's so refined, it never has lumps in it. I don't think I've ever had it that's had lumps in it. So I tend not to sieve this one. But the Tate & Lyle and other brands out there, I generally do sieve when I get it. So I always try and buy silver spoon where I can, because it just saves you having such a mess in your house. If you do have to sieve, try and do it outside if it's a dry day, because it does make a mess. So it's we've got 1 kilo to go into the 500 grams of butter. So that's it creamed. So it's just, I don't know if you can see that, I'll just tip it over. Let me see inside. Yep, okay, so there we are. So what I want to do now is get your food bag ready. And we just want to pop in over the top. Oops. So you don't get icing sugar everywhere, and just switch it on. And you can do it in little pulses when you're making it, but generally I just put it on number 1 because the bag's going to protect your room anyway from getting all dusty. You can go up to number 2. Okay, so you can hear the motor struggle a little bit more, so it means I need to add more, I can start adding more icing sugar. Okay. So it's suppose I'm doing it in thirds, so that's the second one. That's 2/3 add, and then 1 more third to go. Whoops. It's a good job I had the bag on there. Okay, so there we go, so that's that almost mixed in. Okay, I just want to add the last one. Now, as I'm sure most cake shops and bakers will tell you, if one's in a hurry, you just throw the whole lot in and switch it on with the bag over the top. It does just about the same job if you're in a hurry. But I just like to make it look prim and proper to camera. But it won't make any difference if you just throw it all in a hurry. Okay, so there we go. So that's that mixing up. So that's good. So if I was making the buttercream here for, say, the middle of a cake, or to put into a cupcake, and it was just a yummy, yummy cake that I wanted, it wasn't structural or to make flowers, then I would pop it up to maybe medium to high speed and just put a bit more volume into it so it's nice and light and fluffy. So when you're actually eating the cake, it's got a nice lightness to it. If you're doing more decorative stuff like piping flowers or coating a cake, then you probably want it a little bit, maybe perhaps a little more dense. So then just keep it on a lower speed, so you're not putting too much air into the buttercream. Okay, so I'll just take the bag off. So look, not that much mess at all. So as you can see there, just mix it up. So what I want to now is get the red scraper. Just cut that, drop it down, bring it off. Okay, and all I want to do now is just scrape it down, because obviously you want to make sure that it's not sticking to it's all mixed through properly. Okay, so get your scraper and just round and just make sure you're scraping it down. Okay, so we'll pop the beater back in. Okay, find it, put it back on again. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to put it up to 3. It's a little bit higher speed. Not for too long, so maybe just about a minute or so. Okay, so let's just cut it the others now. So at this stage, this is when you can actually add your flavouring. So if you want to put some vanilla in, you can pop some vanilla in, or lemon essence, or whatever the flavour you want to use, just to sort of finish it off. And just remember to taste it. So you need to taste it to see if you've got the right amount through it. Now, I always like putting real vanilla through buttercream, because you obviously get all the nice little speckles through it, and it just looks really nice and homemade looking, so that's quite nice. So we're going to finish there. That's the buttercream actually ready as a standard buttercream. So if this was being made for just a normal UK style buttercream, then that's ready. You can add a little bit of milk, or you can add some vanilla, as I say. Now you can see the consistency here. If you just get the palette knife there, it's got a nice consistency. It's almost like the ganache consistency. It's going to have a nice creamy taste to it, and just lovely. So I'm going to have a quick tidy up just now, and then once we come back, we're going to get the ganache and start adding some of the white chocolate ganache to the buttercream.